Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back to Inspired Delusions.
If you're new here, my name is
And
Kayma,
I'm Olivia.
and we are your delusional besties.
Hey, besties.
Hey besties, how are you guys feeling? Have you been telling yourself that you are the best?
Did you guys like last week's episode?
We loved last week's episode.
We kind of loved last week's episode.
Yeah, we felt like we were being true to ourselves.
Because the best. That felt really real. That felt really nice.
That did feel really nice. I'm also today, you guys, I'm in high spirits. I went to my favorite coffee shop.
Yes.
I got both a tea and a matcha because I was like, fuck it. Why choose when I can do both? And that's on free will.
That's on free will.
And that's on finding little things to bring you joy.
Totally. Love being an adult.
Love being an adult. It's the summer solstice.
Ooh, yes.
There's just good energy everywhere. And I feel really, really excited and grateful for you guys. I'm happy girl today. Well, I'm always happy girl, but I'm especially happy girl right now as we record.
Good energy.
It's high energy.
I agree. What did we do yesterday? Oh, it was Juneteenth yesterday. That was fun. We went to a little Juneteenth block party.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're feeling really up. We're feeling, do you want to tell them about our 7-day challenge?
Yeah. Yep. Let's get into it, guys.
Yeah, you guys, on the next episode, we probably will be unrecognizable. Even more.
Even better.
We're doing a 7-day Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation challenge where we are doing the longest meditation that I've ever done. You've done longer at his retreats.
Yeah. We're doing pineal gland, if you guys are familiar. I love that meditation.
Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes, you guys. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3. So I was like, ooh, a sign. We're doing that every day for the next 7 days because we just decided, let's lock in. Let's really push ourselves to go even further. Just push ourselves to meditate more, really lock in. Because if we want our delusional dreams, it's what do we need to do to get there? Let's try this out.
And that's on discipline.
Yes.
Because for me personally, I love Dr. Joe's long meditations.
Yeah.
But what I hate in the past, what I've hated in the past is the breathwork segment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, why do I hate the breathwork?
Yeah.
Because it's quote unquote hard. What? Because I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Get a little nauseous.
Because my face gets really hot and tingly. No, but it's why for something that takes quite literally 5 minutes out of my meditation, out of my morning, out of my day, why would I let that stop me to choose and hit greatness?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about how the Kundalini breath connects you to source. If I'm uncomfortable for 5 minutes, why would I not do that?
5 minutes. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say things are hard, but are they hard?
No.
Are they actually hard?
And even if they are hard, we can do hard things.
Yeah.
Why would we not be able to do hard things? If other people can do it, I can do it. That's always kind of been my motto.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not the best at it, but if you can do it, I trust and believe I can figure out how to do it.
Oh, I love being a middle of the pack kind of person. If I'm I don't have to be this kind of is the opposite of what we were saying of we are the best. Okay, yes, we are the best, but you don't have to be the best at something as long as you can just do it. Make an effort and try it. You don't have to be the best. It's still amazing no matter what you're doing. But that's on doing hard. We can do hard things. We actually can push ourselves and do hard things. And and it's okay, we're sitting in the comfort of our own home. Yeah. It takes, I'm
on my soft couch. I have a blanket on me.
Right. We're comfy. We're about to go eat
do
food.
Some breath work.
We can do a little bit of breath work. And that's okay, it's hard. You are avoiding doing it. And it's ooh, maybe that was a little bit of almost a little bit of self-sabotage of you weren't ready to go to the next level. You pointing.
Oh yeah, she points her gun at me. She has 3 fingers pointing right back at her.
Yeah, you guys, we really, really have been leaning into the idea that, or the theory, which is kind of true. I mean, it's true. We believe it. Of when you're judging someone, it goes to the thing
the quote or the saying, if you point a gun at someone,
or if you're pointing a finger,
sorry. Oh my goodness.
Finger.
If you're pointing a finger at someone, you have 3 fingers pointing back at yourself.
Exactly. So anytime me and Kames are judging something or judging each other, we make it a thing. We're we have point. We're right, 3 fingers pointing right back at me. Oftentimes when you're judging other people, it's really you're kind of low key judging something in them that you see in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit between the two of us, but I feel really for the past 2 weeks and months, honestly. I don't remember when we started doing that, but we have been so conscious to the unconscious judgments that we hold for others.
For everything.
For everything. And it's easy to judge in this political climate. Trust and believe it's easy to judge.
Oh, it's easy to point the finger.
But it really is, at the end of the day, our belief that the world is a mirror. So if there is something outside of you that you are triggered by, having pain by, don't understand or hate even, that you need to self-reflect.
Yeah. The world is a mirror. The world is a mirror.
It will get you.
It'll get you. It's crazy, but it is so cool how much influence you have over your reality when you change internally. But yeah, changing internally, that's something else we want to talk about today, because we saw this TikTok that said, how are you going to be a loser in your own reality? And I said, something clicked for me with that TikTok. I said,
that was a shocker.
It was kind of a shocker to
sometimes loser in your own reality.
Sometimes you need a little bit of like a slap in the face to be like, oh, right. Like, how are you gonna be a loser in your own reality? Like, that goes to this thing that we do sometimes where it's like, hey, this is my brain. Actually, this is my brain. Why would I spiral negatively? Why would I ruminate on something? Why would I think about the worst case scenario if this is my brain? Like, we don't actually know for a fact. We don't actually know what's happening. So you can make it up. Like, we make up so many stories in our mind. You might as well make it up in your favor, right? Like, use the law of assumption and start assuming that everything is going in your favor. Start assuming that you're lucky. Start assuming that everyone's obsessed with you. And eventually it's going to mirror back to you.
Yeah. And speaking of law of assumption, I just actually rewatched a TikTok retelling the story. I think we've talked about this on like an early episode. But when Neville Goddard first got into law of assumption with his mentor, Abdullah, he wanted to go to Barbados. And even he was having doubts, right? And so this is not us being like, you cannot have doubts. You just have to overcome them. But essentially, Neville went to Abdullah and was like, I want to go to Barbados. And Abdullah was like, you are in Barbados. Go to sleep, living in the wish fulfilled, knowing that you're in Barbados.
Holding the end vision.
Holding the vision of him in Barbados, and just only following that script. And a couple days pass and Neville goes and knocks on Abdullah's door and is like, well, I'm not in Barbados.
He's
and
like, what's happening? Having a little bit of doubting, whatever.
Yeah, doubting a little bit. And Abdullah closes the door and is like, go back and do what I said, essentially. And long story short, Neville makes his way to Barbados. And not only that, he goes first class. And so this is a reminder that if you have any doubts, all you have to do is say a gentle no thanks, and go back to the idea of what you want and what you desire is already yours.
It's already yours. Hold the vision. Like, anytime anyone's asking us like how to manifest something, how to do this, how to do that, and we're like, go to the end. Like, just imagine yourself already having it. Imagine yourself already there. Imagine yourself already with that person. It doesn't really matter the how. Hey, if you end up getting your end goal, your end result, it doesn't even really matter how. It doesn't even really matter when. If you just know, if you're holding the vision, hey, it's going to happen, then it's going to happen.
Yeah. That's like airports to me. I always know if I have a plane ticket, I always know I'm making it to my destination. It doesn't matter if the flight got canceled. It doesn't matter if there's a delay. It doesn't matter if we have to reroute. I always know I am getting to my destination because I said I was going to wherever I'm going. And so I'm like, I need to start looking at manifestations like that. It does not matter what happens between A and B. As long as you know you're going to the final destination, as long as you're acting as if you are already there, then it's going to happen.
Not my business how it happens.
Absolutely.
Literally not my business. The universe make it happen. Thank you.
Universe make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Hold the vision. And that's on being delusional.
And that's on being delusional, you guys. Law of assumption is delusion.
It's delusion. It's just rock solid delusion. It's like faith in the outcome. I guess faith in the outcome. I was gonna say like faith in nothing, but like, because you don't have any proof at the moment, but like just faith in the outcome. And I saw this quote. I made a TikTok about it too, of like, your faith in it, your belief in it makes it real. And I'm like, that is so well explained. And someone even commented and said, those 5 words just made me understand manifesting. Period.
Your faith in it is what makes it real.
Your faith in it, your belief in it makes it real.
Where you put your attention is where the energy flows. If you want something, start thinking about it.
Start thinking about it. Start assuming it's already yours. Start feeling the feelings of already having it. We've probably said that multiple times, but like so many things that we're trying to manifest, we actually don't even really want the thing. We want the feeling that we think the thing is going to get us.
100% of the time, we don't actually want the thing.
Right.
We just want the feeling.
Ugh, I want my yacht. I want my mansion.
Well, what does that mean? I mean, that probably means freedom.
I know,
that probably means adventure. That probably means laughs.
Yeah.
Like we can find all of those things in our present moment.
Yeah.
And if we just dive head first into the feelings that will bring and just say, all right, I know the universe conspires in my favor always.
Yep.
Let me just do what I need to do and mind my business. That's when it all unfolds.
Oh my gosh. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. That's so true. And what's cool about humans, about us, is that we can feel any feeling at any time. Like we really can. And this is the example of winning the lottery, right? If you won the lottery, like if you were watching the TV, you went out and bought your ticket, you're looking at your ticket, you're looking at the TV. Oh, the TV just said your lottery numbers. You get so excited because you're like, oh my God, I just saw that I won the lottery. I know that this money is coming, and you start getting so excited. You start feeling the feelings of already having this money, even though you don't technically have the money yet, you just know it's coming. And like, I know it feels, sometimes it can feel hard to know with certainty that you're going to get your manifestations. But again, that's where the faith and the belief makes it real. Like if you just assume it's already yours, if you just assume that you're going to have it, then you can get so excited about it. You can get so grateful for it, and you can start feeling those feelings beforehand.
What's the story of the guy who won the lottery and then the news wanted to do a story on him and they videoed his whole day like the day when he originally won the lottery?
Reenacting that whole day.
Reenacted the whole day, and then he won the lottery for a second time.
And that's on like feeling the feelings.
Yeah.
Because he probably, the day he actually woke up and won, I'm pretty sure he was saying like, okay, yeah, I just decided like today I'm going to win the lottery. Like he just moved throughout his day like that. And then, then the TV wanted to interview him. He's like, okay, I woke up and said, today I'm going to win the lottery, and just started feeling those feelings again. And it worked again.
He's an actor.
He's an actor. He's a method actor. He's a really, really good method actor.
Also, besties, a little reminder to continue saying galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. Olivia and I have been saying that every single day, multiple times a day. We say it out loud. We whisper it. We say it in our minds. We have our community members saying it. We need you guys to be saying it too, because it's so true. Galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. And that kind of even goes back to, we don't even need the outcome of our manifestations. We just need the feelings.
Yeah.
So if we say we have everything we need and more right now and hold on to that feeling, that's going to be true. The universe has to multiply that. The universe needs to keep giving us everything we need and more.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you really feel like you already have everything, that's how you draw more things to you. And that's what I've been really leaning into. So this is a reminder, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more 3 times. Say it out loud 3 times.
Yeah. And also, going off of that, the universe will always conspire in your favor. I know I said that earlier in the episode, but it's true. The universe has our back. I don't know why I forget sometimes, but sometimes I do forget and I think I'm all alone. And I'm like, wait, no, I have a whole team.
Yeah.
I have God, I have guardian angels, I have whoever is out there, my higher self, my future self that's looking out for me. The universe always conspires in your favor. If you want something, all you have to do is decide and then start acting like the person who has everything they want.
Yeah, you made a really good TikTok that was like, oh, you guys don't know if I'm actually being confident or not. Like if I'm actually feeling confident, I'm just putting off the persona of being confident. And I'm like, that's so true. Like really, people don't actually know. Like if you just decide to embody, that future self, that's kind of what we were talking about last week. If you just decide, to do it and kind of role play or method act until it feels like natural to you, everyone is going to have to reflect it back to you.
Yeah, and also guys, I'm doing a TikTok challenge. I'm trying to post a lot. I've been posting like 3 times a day. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm annoying the world.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot for you.
It's a lot for me, but I'm dedicated because I'm also, and that goes back to discipline.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wait, what am I even saying or what am I even doing?
Yeah.
we're trying to have, which we already have, the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
How do we gain our audience?
Yeah.
By putting ourselves out there and sharing the things that we have to share so then people come back and listen to us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So I'm out here I don't even have a social media presence.
Right. Right.
Confession time, you guys. Confession time. And you know what the thing was? At first, I've said this time and time again in the past. I hated being perceived and I had a fear of being seen. But it's not true anymore.
Yeah.
So then what the fuck am I doing? I'm just being undisciplined.
Right. No, I know. We were talking about how we're going to go on like cool brand trips. Hey, Way, sponsor us, like bring us to Fiji. We're manifesting that.
Yeah, you guys, I'm obsessed with the brand Way. I've put so many people on. Yeah. They need me on whatever campaign. Yeah. They need us on whatever campaign.
Yeah, Way, we are ready. We are ready for your sponsorship. We will be your best sponsors, your best users. But we were talking about like, okay, we're going to be going on these really cool trips and traveling and whatever. And we were like, well, yeah, we're going to, I don't know. You were like, well, yeah, we're going to be going as ID. And I was like, but Inspired Delusions is also you. So like, don't you need a presence?
You got me there.
You got me there.
You got me there. I don't even know what I should or shouldn't be posting. And you know what? Actually, sorry, quick pivot. I was thinking about this. I don't listen to any podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts in the sense of I love interviews. So I listen to podcasts frequently. Yeah. But there's no one podcast that I listen to every single week. I'm on my Zoom. I'm watching them. Yeah. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, I don't know if you and I do this right. Like, what are other podcasts doing? And then I was like, wait, we're doing exactly what we needed to be doing because we are perfect just the way we are. Yeah. And however we show up is authentic. And that is what draws people in. And I know, sorry, I pivoted off what we were talking about. We pivoted off social media. But that's just being with like showing up and doing what you need to do and being disciplined.
Yeah. And I mean, just kind of like posting however feels authentic to you, like what you're saying, and then your people will find you. Yeah. Like obviously our podcast, like this is how we've been doing it. We chat, we yap, like we giggle. It's not that serious and it's been growing really fast and people have been liking it. So we get good feedback. Yeah. So it's like, obviously we're doing what we're doing
something right.
Yeah. But me and you are both posting on social media a lot. So everyone go make sure you're following us on social media. We're about to both blow up and be huge influencers. And it's going to be really cool because I mean, I think, I've always like wanted to be an influencer kind of, and I think that's so cool. And it's been really cool to keep growing that community, and we're on the up and up.
We are on the up and up. So we need you guys to be on the up and up with us.
Yes.
Because it's only fun at the top if we're all at the top.
Yeah, we're all there. And speaking of leveling up and coming to the top with us, if you want more encouragement and more resources and help to become your best self, you should join the Inspired Delusions community. We have a monthly membership where we meet every single week with our members. It's essentially kind of like an extra live podcast episode where we answer questions and we go into different topics and we go into a little bit more detail and more, a little bit more information, a little bit more of like our personal stories and tea with our members. And we have a bunch of resources for you guys. We just created our own affirmations, EFT tapping, and subliminals that are really good. We're really proud of those. So if you want a little bit more help with leveling up your mindset, creating your dream reality, you should join the Inspired Delusions community.
And going back to the TikTok about confidence, no one knows. Yeah. Nobody really knows. And I want to emphasize that because you can show up in a space and you could be so scared and anxious inside. But if you show up and you just do the thing, nobody can tell you otherwise.
Yeah. And listen, a lot of times being scared and having anxiety are very similar feelings to excitement.
Yes.
And that's what I've
it's the exact same feeling, actually.
Like, it's literally the same feeling. And that's what I've learned that about. If you're feeling nerves, if you're feeling anxiety about something, switch it and kind of gaslight yourself into believing, hey, actually, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, you just rename it because the butterflies are the same either way.
Yes, that's what I did when I was on TV. I was like getting nervous to go on live or whatever. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited. And what got me through is being like, I know after this, I'm going to go to my hotel room and I'm going to call, probably you. I was like, I'm going to call Kayma and be like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And I was just holding that vision of being like, it's going to go good if I say that afterwards it went well, and it ended up going really well.
It went perfect, baby.
Perfect. So yeah, it's okay if you're feeling a little bit scared. It's okay if you're feeling a little nerves or whatever. Gaslight yourself into believing that you're excited. And that kind of goes to the idea of like just doing scary things.
Doing scary things is so important because it's practice. Everything's practice. Everybody's bad at something the first time they do it, probably the first 100 times they do it. You need to just keep doing it over and over again, get that repetition in, and then all of a sudden, that's your new normal.
Yes.
You're like, duh, of course I do this. Of course it's easy.
Yeah.
You have to get over that hump.
Yes. And I think, have we talked about Mel Robbins had a name for that, like competence to confidence
Oh,
loop?
yes.
Yeah. Well,
explain it to them again.
Yeah. She was talking about how, it's this competence to confidence loop. Like you kind of have to get competent at something, and which means you do it over and over and over again. You practice and once you become competent at it, once you become really good at it, then you build the confidence. Like then it gets easier and easier, and it's not as scary. So, and that a lot of that is just putting yourself out there. If we're talking about social media, for example, like me and Kames have been really trying to like put ourselves out there more and like post more, even if it feels
like day 3 for me.
even if it feels a little scary, a little freaky. Like I've been posting more on Instagram. That's a little weird for me, but I'm like, you know what? I'm about to be sitting courtside at a Knicks game. We're about to be on the cover of Forbes. Like we're about to have all these amazing things. Yeah, of course it's worth it to like do the scary thing right now. Of course, even if it's a little cringe, whatever, let's just push through. And that's on having really, really big delusional goals. Obviously, that's our whole mission that we're trying to convince everyone in the world to do, is hold the vision of their big delusional goals, even if it feels so far-fetched, even if it feels like so not realistic. It doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter. And that's what we learned from an actual neuroscientist, is that when you have really big delusional goals and you're imagining yourself receiving them, your brain gets more dopamine, which is the motivational chemical. Like you literally get more motivated to go after your dreams if you have big dreams.
Delusion for dopamine.
How cool is that?
It's nice.
It's so nice.
It's nice because it's literally telling us dream big.
Yep.
And then do whatever it takes.
And then it gives you the push to do whatever it takes. And yeah, you guys, every day remind yourself that you can do anything. You can receive anything. You only want something because it's possible for you to get it.
Damn.
I know.
That was good.
I know. Rewind, guys. Listen to that again.
You only want what you want because your future you already has it.
It's already yours. So many things that I have right now, I wanted like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah. If you can imagine something, there's a part of you that's able to take the steps and take the inspired action to receive it.
Yeah.
We don't just dream of things that we can't do.
Yeah.
And also there's nothing we can't do. Yeah. And that goes back to having discipline or even, if discipline's like too aggressive of a word, try self-devotion.
Ooh.
Devotion to yourself and to your dreams is so important, because then that also motivates you, because you're like, yeah, I want to do this for myself because I love myself and I'm deserving of everything I want.
We have this one life in this body. Who knows, in the next life you might be a tree. you might as well lock in and work towards creating your dream reality. And even I'm saying work towards, but even that might be too harsh too. It's really about aligning. It's about raising your frequency. It's about alignment. I know, right? And it's about holding the vision. Like it really is. And you can do that. You can do hard things, babe. Like you really can. So many people are so hard on themselves. So many people are in this like loop of complaining or being doubtful, or what's the opposite of optimistic? Pessimistic, being super pessimistic. And it's like, you can switch. You can make that switch at any moment. And yes, it takes a little bit of like consistent redirection. Yeah. Like if you decide today that you're about to be delusional, you're about to have, focus on the best case scenario and be really nice to yourself, you're going to have to tomorrow decide that as well. Like you're going to have to continue that decision tomorrow until that's your norm. And actually in our masterclass we hosted this last week, which was really fun. Thanks for everyone who came. We were talking about the default mode network. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah.
So it's different parts of your brain that highlight whenever your brain is relaxed. So if you're daydreaming, if you're imagining, if you are imagining the future, if you're feeling up, or let's say the opposite, if you have anxiety, you start to ruminate. You're ruminating on these past quote unquote mistakes or past scenarios. When you're imagining the future, you're imagining the worst case scenario. But on the flip side, when you're feeling good, when you're feeling inspired, when you're feeling happy, you start to experience excitement. When your mind is daydreaming, you start to daydream of your accomplishments, and you know, the way to strengthen it and to, I guess, fix your default mode network if you're ruminating and stuck in a loop of negative thoughts and negative past experiences, it's neuroplasticity, strengthening new neural pathways to believe the thoughts you actually want to believe. And what is a belief? Just a thought that you think over and over and over again.
I know.
So it's really easy, guys. Positive content, aka inspired delusions. And then positive self-talk, affirming yourself, telling yourself that you're worthy, reminding yourself that you're worthy, and then doing it over and over and over again. Yeah. And I know it seems hard. When I used to have a lot of anxiety, you guys know that I, started my spiritual journey because I was having such horrible anxiety, and I stumbled across Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks about that a lot. I used to have to redirect my thoughts all day long, and it felt exhausting, and I almost didn't believe that there would be a time when I wouldn't have to do that.
I know.
It felt like every 10 minutes I would have to be like, that's not true. And tell myself 5 times over the opposite of it.
Redirect.
You simply have to redirect, even when it feels fake, even when it feels hard, even when it feels long.
Every time you think a new thought, like every time you redirect and start, counteracting those negative thoughts and those negative beliefs, if you start affirming to yourself the new thoughts, the new affirmations, like that you are amazing, you are strengthening a new neural pathway, and you just have to keep strengthening the new ones until those become, the default ones essentially. Right. And the default mode network, like how I think about it is like, it's essentially it's the default, right? Like I think Emma on the Brain explains it like that. It's like, it's your default, whatever you go back to your default whenever your mind is wandering, it's either going to wander back like negatively if you haven't strengthened these new neural pathways, or once you start dreaming big and once you start being kind to yourself and once you start thinking best case scenario, your default will start to be more positive. Like I love my default mode network because every time I'm daydreaming about me, like, going to Dubai, like being in my dream relationship, like having money. Like I love my thoughts. I heard Issa Rae talk about that the other day, and she was like, I actually don't want to be separate from my thoughts. And I was like, period. Actually, like I love my thoughts. I mean, 99% of the time. Yeah. But like my thoughts were not always like that. Like I was kind of similar to you of like, I was always very worried about the future, like very harsh on myself, very critical to myself. And now if I'm chilling, if I'm just spending time with myself and myself and my thoughts, I'm like, this is a nice place to be.
Like, this is my fantasy reality. It's kind of fun.
This is nice in here.
Yeah, I think going off of how you just said, M says default. I think she says like your factory settings.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, that's what your default network, that's where your imagination takes you when your brain is at rest. And it's possible to get to a good spot.
And that's what we were teaching, like on the masterclass, is how to rewire your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is a lot of our default thoughts, right? That we are not even conscious of, and our nervous system, like really regulating your nervous system. This is your sign. Take a few deep breaths today, meditate. You can do our challenge with us, push yourself, try to meditate a little bit extra every day. Go on a walk, get some sunshine, put your legs up the wall, do some yoga. Like there's so many things to regulate your nervous system. And it's so, I was just talking to someone about this, and it's so important. I would say, I mean, I guess like it's probably, there's so many periods of time throughout our history that's so insane, but like right now there's so much going on in the world and we're being hit from so many different angles. I was explaining to someone, I was like, we're being punched by the news. We're being punched by what's going on in America. We're being punched by what's going on around the world. Like there's so much happening right now, and it's affecting us, it's affecting our nervous system. So just take that time to center yourself, take that time to ground yourself, like maybe take a little bit extra time, and it's really, really needed and powerful.
Yeah. And even if you are feeling good, it's also important to note that you keep doing this, especially while you feel good.
Yeah.
It's like going to the gym, right? People get in a grind. They go to the gym every day. They get the results they want. And then they're like, okay, I'm cool. And they kind of start to slack off.
Literally.
And then they're back to maybe not square one, but they go down a little bit.
1,000. That's a great way to explain it. Because if you are going to the gym every day, like you get into that routine, you get your dream body. Of course, you're not going to just stop going to the gym. Right. Like, of course, you're going to keep going to the gym to keep to keep those results. And that's the same thing with the mindset work. Like you just said, so many people will get to the next level. They'll quantum leap. They'll manifest something and they're like, hey, I'm good. But that's why sometimes people call it the mental diet, where it's like continue doing your routine, even if you start feeling good. And that's important too. Because our body, sometimes we hit that little bit of like an upper limit where we're leveling up and we hit this new level that we've never experienced before, and your body will kind of want you to go back to normal. Like it'll be like, whoa, this is too good, and you have to regulate your nervous system. And that's what me and Kames were just talking about, because we're like, wait, if we got $1 million next week, Spotify sponsor us, babe. If we got $1 million sponsorship deal next week, we're like, ooh, we would really need to regulate our nervous system more. It's like, okay, we can start doing that now and prepare, but make sure that we have a plan whenever we like get to the next level.
Right. And I think that's where the discipline comes in too, because it's like, and the whole point of embodying the person you want to be, because if we receive whatever deal next week, are we those podcasters?
Right.
Are we those bitches? Have we already been practicing before? Are we already past the uncomfortable moments that we're going to have to get through either way? But did we do it before, or are we doing it during?
We got to do it right now.
We got to do it right now. And not to say you can't do it during. We could definitely take it on during. Yeah. But how nice would it be to already practice it so then we can just receive with grace?
Yeah. And I think practicing it and feeling those feelings first is how you draw it to you even quicker. That goes back to like the world's a mirror, everything's reflecting back to you. So you have to change first if you want your results to change. And that's what we're like really, really, really leaning into. And like that's why we're doing our Joe Dispenza meditation challenge and being like, you know what, let's like really, really, really lean into this as much as we possibly can, because our goals and our dreams, like first of all, we can taste it, right? Like we can taste it. We know they're coming. And it's so worth it. Like we already have manifested so many things. We're so grateful for our life right now, and we're leaning into that. And we're so grateful because our life like is really about to be like a whole, like you guys don't even know. Like you guys, we have some very big delusional goals that are about to come true.
Yeah.
They're already true.
They're already true. They're already here. We're just aligning with them.
Yeah.
A little clearer.
And that's why, listen, that's on abundance. We're going to make some episodes about abundance probably pretty soon. And something I was thinking about that is in order to draw more abundance to you, you need to recognize you need to recognize the abundance that you already have in your life. And I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately and being like, wait, we really like have so many things to be grateful for. Like we have so much abundance. And it can even be, abundance can be knowledge. Abundance can be smiles, air, like, your friends. The internet, like you can have, there's so many things you can be that prove that you are abundant, and starting to recognize that and being grateful. And that all comes back to gratitude. Like gratitude is one of the fastest ways to level up your life, level up your vibration, draw more good things to you, is being grateful for what's in your life. And for the abundance, I've just been thinking like, wait, we really are so abundant. Like we're really so rich because I know, like we know it's already ours. Yeah. Does that make sense? I'm like, wait, we're rich. Like we're rich. And you just have to feel that feeling first. And then it gets drawn to you.
Yeah.
So that's on delusion.
I love it.
Delusion 101.
And that's on delusion. And that is really why we are the best social experiment for you guys, because again, you guys are watching in real time.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody else in real time manifest the dreams? Life of their dreams?
Have you ever seen anyone do what we're doing?
This has never been done before. We are the first people to get on the internet and manifest and get their dream life. So you're welcome.
Breaking news. 2 delusional girls manifesting.
No, but really, like, there's so many people out there who have successfully gotten what they've wanted simply because they said they were going to receive it, simply because they said it was theirs, and then relaxed into that feeling, surrendered into the unknown, and just went about their day because they already knew it was done.
It's done.
So why would it be any different for us?
Yeah, it's not.
Or why would it be any different for you guys?
Yeah.
Stand the F up to your 3D. Your circumstances do not matter. If you don't like it, just tune into what your imagination is saying.
If you don't like your 3D, grow some balls and realize your 3D is you. Like that TikTok said, which was so hilarious. But yeah, it really is so true. Like you don't always need to like react to what's going on in your 3D. Like take radical responsibility and be like, okay, I can change anything in my 3D. Like everything's responding back to me, which is the most powerful, empowering thing that you can ever learn, right? If you really, really, really lock in and realize like you actually can manifest anything by changing internally and holding the vision and just having like that wild confidence in yourself.
I would also say zoom out. If you're feeling doubt, or you're feeling maybe tinglings of lack or confusion or whatever it is, zoom out. A
Mm.
bird's eye view will always give you clarity. I think sometimes like something recently with our numbers with the podcast, I felt a little stuck maybe. And then I kind of had to zoom out and I was like, wait, we're actually doing amazing.
Yeah.
Our growth, we're like double the growth of what a new indie podcast would have.
Mhm.
And those are stats for like the years mark and we're under the years mark. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, if there's maybe like a little pause or there feels like there's a plateau or slowness or whatever, just zoom out and look at your hype me up notes, you guys. The hype me up note.
Yeah.
Olivia just spoke about gratitude, which is amazing. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Gratitude is a portal to all your blessings. A great way to find gratitude in your day-to-day is your hype me up note.
Yeah.
Don't forget it, you guys. We have to be mindful about what our accomplishments are, even if they seem really small. There's no such thing in our community. We have a
big wins.
We have big wins chat, right? And one of our community members the other day was like, oh, I didn't want to type in the big wins because I felt like it was a small win. Meanwhile, it's like a huge win.
Yeah.
And we're just like, there's no such thing as a small win.
Yeah.
All wins are wins.
All wins are wins, and you have to just remind yourself over and over again of how amazing you're doing. Like, you really are doing amazing, and being proud of yourself is something that's so, like, people don't give themselves enough credit. Like, they really don't give themselves enough credit, and this is your reminder. Look your high me up note, give yourself credit, tell yourself you're proud of yourself, tell yourself that you're amazing, and if you're not believing that, say it 10 more times. Lock in even more if you're not believing it, and say it even more times, because eventually it will catch. Like, just start speaking to yourself so kindly and dream even bigger. Besties. Okay?
Listen to us.
Listen to us. Listen to us.
We know what's real.
Yeah, we know everything. And that's on delusional confidence.
But anyways, besties, we are so obsessed with all of you. Keep telling yourself that you're amazing. Keep telling yourself that you are the best. If you feel scared, do it anyways. Be brave. You can follow me on TikTok and watch the journey.
I thought you were going to say, keep telling us that we're amazing. So many of y'all do tell us that we're amazing, and we do like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, keep telling us we're amazing. Obviously, duh, I was about to say that. But actually, going off of that, please continue rating us on Spotify as well as Apple. We need Apple ratings. And also make sure you're following us. That really helps us when we are shipping our podcast around to the people. We have so much exciting news for you guys, but that really helps us. The follower count, the engagement, the comments, anything you can do to help boost us, we so greatly appreciate it.
Super, super appreciated. And it's cool for you because you get to be on the ground level because you're our OG besties. We have grown already a lot, but like this, again, we're just getting started.
It's kind of crazy that thousands of people listen to us.
Thousands of people already listen to us, and
every week. Hello.
It's hey guys, hey besties. You guys love to hear us yap? So we like that. That's my dream. Like, this is how I know manifestation is real. This for real. Like, actually, let's make a whole nother episode because I know we're about to end. But like, this is how I know manifestation is real, because we're getting paid to yap.
I know.
That's my dream come true. That's literally my dream job. Like, if I wanted anything, it's this.
Aww.
So yeah, manifestation is real.
Working with your best friend, like what?
Yeah, we're so lucky.
Oh my God, you guys, we need to stop so we can end this episode. But yeah, we love you. So please continue sharing and commenting, liking, subscribing, all the things. Yes. And we will see you next week.
See you next week, besties.